Okay, so let's get right into this. Today we were working on writing and evaluating expressions. So let's take a look over here. It says write an expression to match and then evaluate. So evaluate means you have to solve it. So we have here A, 1/8 the sum of 23 and 17. So if we're doing, get the pen, here we go. So 1/8 the sum of 23 and 17. So I'm going to write, that one's not showing up. Let's go red. So that's 1/8 the sum. So I have to 1/8 of 23 plus 17. Okay, because it's 1/8 of or 1/8 times the sum of 23 and 17. So 23 plus 17 here we know is 40. So I have to do 1/8 of 40. Or you could show it as 1/8 times 40, whichever is fine. And here, when we do 1/8 of 40, we could say 8 goes into 40 how many times? Which is 5. And then we have to times that by 1. So your answer is going to be 5. Or we could show it as 1/8 times 40 over 1, which would be here 1/8 times 40 over 1, which is 40 over 8, and 40 divided by 8, we know, is going to give us 5. And there your answer is 5. So either either way, okay? So I'm going to erase that just so it fits in there, and I will leave that up for A. Okay. Now let's go to B. B is subtract 4 from 1/6 of 42. Well, here I know I'm going to have to subtract 4 from the 1/6 of 42. So I'm going to do what is 1/6 of 42. That goes in parentheses, and I have to take 4 away from it. And now this is what I'm solving. So hopefully you could see by now when you do 1/6 of 42, if you're multiplying it straight across, I could see it's going to give me 42 over 6, right? Or 6, we could do here. I'm sorry, my pen is dying. Um, 6 goes into 42 how many times? That would be 7, okay? And then we're looking at one group, so 7 times 1 is 7. Or, or as we were saying, you want to put that 42 over 1, and you're doing 1/6 times 42 over 1, which gives you 42 over 6, and 42 divided by 6 gives you the 7. But that's just the first part. So we know here 1/6 of 42 is 7, right? I'm going to erase that. And now you have 7 minus 4, and that equals 3. So your final answer here is going to be 3. So this is a two-step problem here where you have to know what 1/6 of 42 is. And hopefully we could see it and go, oh, 1/6 of 42? 6 goes into 42 how many times? Or 42, or you could go this way and say 42 divided by 6 is 7, and multiply it by one group, and that's 7. And then you have to subtract the 4, like it says right there in the problem. And your answer is 3. Okay. Remember to go back, rewatch these problems if you have to. Have your paper in your hand so you can work through them as you're listening it. And don't turn the video off. Listen to the entire video. Okay, so let's go to C. C here is 7 times as much as the sum of 1/4 and 4/15. So I have to do 7 times the sum of, so I know I have to do 1/3 plus 4/5. Okay. Now here, so I need to find out what 1/3 plus 4/5 equals. Okay. I know that I need to figure that out. So how can I, all right? Um, I'm going to have to do 1/3 plus 4/5. All right. Find my common denominator, which is 15, times that by 5, times 5 by 3 to get 15. 4 by 3 is 12. So I now have 5/12 and 5/15 and 12/15 together. That gives me 17/15. All right. So here, well, don't mind the bell. Here is where now I have to do 7 times 17/15. So I am going to go, going to get it set up on my next page. 7 times 17/15 and what that equals. So if I turn over here, 7, I'm putting that over 1. I have to do 7 times 17. 17 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. That's 119. All right. So that's 119 over 15. Now, we know that this is a tough problem, but now you have to simplify that. So I got to see 15 goes into 119 how many times without going over. 15 can't go into 1. 15 can't go into 11. Do guess and check here. 15 times 7. Let's see. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So that's 105. So that does work. So that's 7. You put the 105 down here. You subtract and get 14. That's your remainder, 14. And our denominator is going to be 15. So it's 7 and 14/15. Okay, so we know this is going to give us 7 and 14/15. That is C. Okay. We go to D now. 2/3 of the product of 3/8 and 16. So I'm doing 2/3 of, so I'm multiplying it by the product of 3/8 times 16. I'm automatically going to put that over 1. So I have to figure out what 3/8 times 16 is. Now, you can do 3 times 16. So I'm going to do 3 times 16 is going to give us 48. All right. So that's going to give us 48 over 8, which simplifies to 6. But now I have to do 2/3 times 6 because that's what was in my parentheses. So it's 2/3 times 6. I put that over 1, and now you get 12 over 3. And what is 12 over 3? That gets simplified to 4. Okay, so I know I'm tight for space here. That gives you 4. That's a straight up problem. Not easy though. Okay, now um, we have E and F. But for E and F, I am just going to put the answer. I will put the answer down. Okay. If you're unsure of how to get it, you could just leave a comment. I don't want this video to go any longer. If we did A, B, C, and D, that is sufficient if you're able to get those 4. But The answer to E was 39 and 1/5, and the answer to F is going to be 36. Okay, but I have here the explanations for A, B, C, and D. If you want to challenge yourself, there is E and F. All right, let's end it right